3 hours.
It's like one of your meetings,
I
Terry.
was like,
Yes.
my God.
See, you should have listened to it, the time would have flew by.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It was something.
That would be, if you guys are playing that, let me know, 'cause I'm not going to that meeting.
Oh, the library ones aren't long enough for
That's what I mean. We can do library and Gaza if you want to set a record.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
do
it was.
library,
They
extra,
show
Gaza
up.
together.
That's
Just
just,
schedule it for noon and still go to 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
noon would be good, at least we get paid for 4 hours.
I don't play till 20 to 9.
Tonight, oh, you should be good then.
Unless you wanna hang on.
Colin, you got anything to add this after?
Yeah, I heard, the only ones I heard is Vaughn.
Yeah, thankfully it's a short agenda tonight, otherwise.
Yeah, today was
I saw your buddy said it. Who, Skeeter?
You got them to call me for dinner?
Yeah.
What about
Looks good.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Kevin?
He's Keith. And he's so funny.
the updates?
He's my son's godfather.
to check.
He's what?
My son's
Oh,
god,
is he really?
my wife thought that would give him responsibility. It didn't work out.
Those
Didn't
updates
work?
last check 53 minutes ago?
We have to come back in.
Okay.
That one?
Yeah. Is there
Kevin
anything else?
just come back.
Yeah, he bought a condo down there,
Or did he?
I guess, yeah.
Good.
And I was surprised that he's not a.
It was,
No.
it was a good time.
He's
to retire it.
he's a beach guy.
He kept, so we're up and doing the morning show at 6, and it's 3 o'clock there. Well, I see.
Sometime, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I'm surprised you have to take like Amtrak back.
Dude, 33 hours
From where?
from here to Vegas.
You drove?
Yeah, they drove.
But not to-
You didn't watch the news for like 5 days?
No, you should.
That's all he was doing, it was like the biggest
That
ball
was-
string.
How many days was that? It's like 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, it was Monday, so we left Monday at noon, and we got to Vegas like noon their time Friday.
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah. It was, let's see, Indiana, Kansas City. I hated being there with everything. Like
This man.
Denver, Utah, and then finally Vegas on Friday.
My grandpa, he used to spend part of his year in the Phoenix area, north there between Phoenix and Sedona.
Yeah.
70 through 75 years old, he would drive from Chicago to Phoenix nonstop.
Every
up
time.
to the gas station. And he let his wife eat,
Hardly.
just drove straight through.
Right, I used to get it for money, is
And all that.
Arizona,
Yeah.
and it's like caution, warning, falling rocks. I'm like, are you kidding? I've never seen that in my life. In Denver, we got avalanche warnings, we're like.
Might get coverage. There's no extra coverage. No,
He paid liability.
he paid his own liability.
We have a mutual legal side.
What's that?
No. Yeah, if you go down to the map.
Somebody wants to discuss open mind.
Hang on, I didn't-
So you know the term there. Yeah, anybody wants to discuss?
Oh, Marty's talking about it, even if you guys
We're going.
bring it back, because
Yeah.
that's the number they're gonna go by. is who's there.
That's on your hands.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Thank you.
They are double on there. How are you?
Do I need to get a different agenda? What's Tim got on my agenda?
Yeah, good times. Oh, absolutely.
Send me a set.
Is that Jim on the Zoom, Megan?
No.
Those delicious today.
I didn't know. How's it going, Doug? Oh, there's Jim. How's it going?
For sure.
I think they're messing. Megan, it's kind of like you're gonna take it. Let's keep moving around.
That's true. It's your hot season. Always the last thing. And so the things that, is the. Oh, we died from their house because they had less revenue up there. Guess it's so good. I got the set. Where'd you?
Nope,
That is.
we were the first. I didn't know we wanted it right now.
So you already played your first one. We played this.
Chris, what's going on? You tell me. Nothing to report.
No. I've been in this fight.
That's
Rocky Marcian. No lie at the end, please.
Okay.
Ross Marcian.
John, keep
I'm not sure what they say. The bill for sure.
I gave you.
Karen, you ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right, we'll call the February 22nd Finance Committee meeting to order. Karen, if you take a roll, please.
Mr. Bale,
Here.
Mr. Copeland,
Here.
Mr. Drexel,
Here.
Mr. Horton, Mrs. Showerman. Here. Mr. Winarski,
Here.
Mr. Scatella.
Here.
All right, getting to the agenda. Thankfully, a little bit of a shorter one today. The first item, ordinance number 9, waiver of purchasing code, approving a single vendor contract for the law library. We're all good on that, right? Nice and quick. Ordinance number 10, the general fund supplemental appropriation of $9,270, paying for the increase for the court solicitor. You guys don't have anything there for that. We talked about that. We're good. Yeah. All right, ordinance, this is a new item, an ordinance of the County of Erie authorizing directing, a loan guarantee or debt guarantee of $700,000 letter of credit agreement from Pleasant Ridge to First National Bank of Pennsylvania. You got anything on that? Yes.
Hi, calling Delaney Schaefer from First National Bank. I'm also here with Tim Walker Council and then the folks from Pleasant Ridge Manor. This is the annual request for the county to provide a guarantee for the letter of credit, which supports workers' compensation.
The forms that are for you, for the ones who haven't done this before, are the Local Government Unit Debt Act forms, which are required as technically it would be debt for the county. But we have to get that approved by DCED prior to that being able for them to close on that line of credit.
And Pleasant Ridge Manor has never had a draw on the letter of credit.
So this reduces the rates that they have there on the unemployment compensation.
I call it.
I'm obviously very okay with it. I was curious though, how is the number arrived at? Is that number of employees? How does that number?
It's 730,000.
It's actually a number that's determined by the state based on claims and number of employees, and they confirm that dollar amount every year.
Okay, I was just curious. Any other comments?
No.
All right. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
One thing, we usually request that the second reading be waived. So,
Okay, first reading.
or first
First
reading,
reading,
sorry,
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so when would that run then?
next week.
Next week?
Yeah, to move to the second read. Only because I'll just speak for one of my colleagues that is often, highly concerned about that generally against the idea. Is there a sense of urgency that?
No, it's just,
In this particular case, I think we'll be okay. I have some advertising requirements, and I believe your meeting's on Tuesday, that I may not be able to hit if we're gonna waive that
Okay.
reading.
Yeah.
So in this case, we're okay.
I just want to know that when Andre brings up the point, what, the reason why it should go to a second.
Right, and they're fine with it not.
Yeah.
We have-
It's
we have-
not interfering with anything.
We have time at this point.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, moving on to number 4, general fund supplementary appropriation of $5,520 for criminal justice innovation grant from the district attorney's office. Yes,
Yes, I can speak on that. I'm Mark Shaw, the chief county detective for the council members. The city of Erie, the police department asked our department and several other agencies to participate in a community relations initiative. The award is a federal grant, and some of that money was back in earmarked for our agency. And basically, it's a non enforcement stance pretty much. So they asked the county detectives, adult probation, sheriff's office, deputies to go out on foot patrols and interact with the community in the Parade Street corridor. Just be after hours. We're gonna set up a mobile command post, so it's really not an enforcement initiative, it's more a community relations initiative. And any overtime that would be improved by our folks, the county detectives, because this is gonna be after hours, will be covered by this grant. It's fully reimbursable, there'd be no cost to the county at all.
You felt that the grant would fully cover all the overtime?
Right, so we were allotted a certain amount, so we would just will stay within that $5,520, whatever that allows us to do. The grant, I think, runs out, and it's a 3-year grant. The first year runs out September 30th. So it'll be renewed. We just don't know what our involvement's gonna be, or if we're gonna be funding it as for us. I'll have to come back if that's the case.
Okay. Sounds like a nice program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to number 5, appointment of ZFA to perform an audit of Pleasant Ridge Manor in preparation of the Form 990 for the calendar year.
Those are all out of our office,
Yeah.
Councilman. 5, 6, 7, and 8
Yeah.
are all, when we did the one previously, it was just for the single audit. This is just resolutions for each of the individual audits that are coming through. I should have done them individually before and I didn't do one.
Are those under the same terms as the other contract for the county, like, or will that need to go out for rebid or bid
Yeah, this
next
is
year?
all the same, all of
The
the
same.
This year it's all right, but
I can combine 6 through 8, you can do that. Any questions or anything? No? And then we also have items 9 and 10. Dealing with, exoneration of property taxes. I had looked at these are kind of the same deal that we've been dealing with before. Yeah. Then going on to number 11, Paul, what do we got?
If all the ordinances on the finance agenda pass, we will be $24,701,023 above what's needed for 2 months of county expenditures. So our fund balance is okay.
Barry, do you have anything to close?
Just at your places is the committee set up with the chairman, and if anybody has a problem with it, can't serve, let me know as soon as possible.
Good. Well, finance adjourned, go ahead. Yeah.
Like to call a personnel meeting to order. First on the agenda, ordinance number 13, 2024. Appointed official salary ordinance, director of administration. First read was 2/13/24.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
as was stated before, this salary figure was arrived at based on the pay plan and the number of grades that Mr. Senate will be going up as he goes into the role of director of administration and is effective, of course, becoming my leading county employee. And if you have any questions, I'm available to answer.
Any questions from council? We'll move that forward if you would, Karen. Ordinance number 2 here, ordinance approving the salary change of director of Erie County Library.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
in your packet, starting on page 12, there's a rationale for this. It's a bit in brief on page 13. It's in more detail, but what we're asking for is an $81,000, 120 salary for the library director. The position is currently vacant. The regular salary for that position is $67,683. By way of comparison, that salary is 105th in the state. Meanwhile, the Erie County Library is 6th in full-time staffing in the state. It's 6th in the number of populace that the library system serves, and it's 5th in total expenditures. We have had 4 library directors over the last 6 years. So there has been an ongoing situation with keeping library directors in part because the pay is really out of whack with the responsibility involved. So we're asking for $81,120. That would include master's pay. We don't have a candidate or anything like that. The position is not yet posted. But if council is willing to consider it, we would post it upon you moving it to at least to a first reading. And over 2 readings, that would allow for 14 days of posting, interviews, and so on and so forth. We think it would be a salary that would attract a number of candidates from the region.
The intent is to recruit, headhunt,
Yes,
not hire within.
correct. There isn't anybody internally that we believe has the education and experience to fill the role currently. Mr. Giuliano is our assistant director. He has the education, but he isn't interested in the position. We do have some persons that have moved laterally, but they don't currently have the masters of library education, so, or the experience in management, so they would be, we feel anyway, not the best candidates at this time. What has happened in the recent past has been that in part, the salary has only drawn candidates with very limited amount of experience. Naturally, we feel this salary would give us the ability to draw candidates with more management experience. There are 90 plus or around 90 full-time persons at the library. So it is a challenging environment for anyone. And I feel it would be in the interest of the library system and the county in general.
When you post the job posting, are you planning on posting range? Or
We would likely, I mean, that's a possibility. We would probably post something from the mid-70s to this 81 as the high. This would be the highest they could earn with this position.
Yeah, that would be my only concern unless you get out there and you start at the full salary amount, you're gonna come across somebody that has 10 or 15 years experience you really want, they're gonna ask for more. And that's a significant increase already, and I think it fits what I was reading in here, it fits the matchup with the other the other counties and everything, that we should be raising it. My hesitate, like the range, I think would keep us from going.
Getting locked in.
Yeah, because you never know, that person could come up to you and ask you for $10,000 to relocate or something like that, you know, and.
That's.
Yeah.
I'm
that's-
just trying to be a
Oh, that's a
little,
good
a little
suggestion.
conservative with the, I guess, the cap here, like, just to make sure we're staying in.
Yeah, that is, would be the hard cap.
Yeah, that would be.
I agree with you.
And I would love to have somebody fantastic for the library. I'm a big library supporter. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the idea of saying, here's our top, and then I'd hate to see just, well, that's the number we offer, right? Cause going into next year, it might be budget neutral now because we're a month in, 2 months into the year. It's certainly not budget neutral next year. And giving out 20 grand increases in jobs all over the place is gonna be a problem, especially if you don't know who that candidate is. If it's somebody that's phenomenal, I might say, let's give them 100, because they're phenomenal, but as long as it's a range.
The last librarian started at what? She started at the 67, 683. She was halfway through her master's at the time of hire.
She
And
was
then-
recruited within.
Yes,
I think that's the interesting thing. I mean, I've had 6 promotions and I've been headhunted twice, and I always hated the fact that when I was promoted within, it would be 5, 6, 8%, you know, and it's like, oh, you know, isn't this promotion worth more? But I kind of realized that my managers were taking a risk with me, right? That you bring somebody into a new position that they hadn't held before. Sometimes when you recruit within, you take that risk and you give a salary that you know, relates to that.
Yeah, I don't have any questions on that.
Like I said, it's only first read and, we can work out a few more details.
sure.
Would you be posting after the second read?
I was hopeful we could post before then, but I'll defer to your wishes. But obviously, it's gonna be 2 weeks and then another 2 weeks or so of interviews and so on. But I don't have an issue.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with starting the process. It takes so long to find good candidates and make that decision. It could be 2 or 3 months
We
before
could,
they
I mean,
start.
we could post from the minimum to the maximum, for that matter,
Based on experience.
or 71 to 81, something like that.
I think that would be better. I would, if we can hire some really great qualified candidate,
Right.
more budget conscientious side of
Sure.
things.
And I would just add also that because the position has been vacant, that no supplemental is necessary for this ordinance.
That's
There are enough
next year I
funds
worry
in the
about.
budget line to cover it, fortunately.
Sounds good. And number 3, possible reappointment of Gary Carmasino to the Erie County Board of Assessment Appeals, term to expire 12/31/27. Commissioner Scatella and Shaw. This will be the second term for Mr. Carmasino.
It's a unique position because we both have to agree, we have agreed, and I met Mr. Carmesino last week at the hearing. And Alan can speak to him better than I.
He's doing an excellent job and they really want him back.
With that,
And we have to have at least one tracer on the board, and right now he's the only one.
all right, before we adjourn our personnel, I believe we were going into a executive session.
Yes.
So
Thank you, Council.
Thank you.
Good day. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, I'll be there. I'd like to have. No, no.
Thank you.
You guys know me, right? Yeah.